Kranti Mataji, can you just post in the group that the call has started? Please join. Is it possible?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it right away.
Yeah, in both Bhagavad Gita group and maybe you can put in Satsang group. Manu Prabhu, you can put it in the Bhagavad Gita call group.
Yes, Prabhu. Hold on.
I'm doing it right.
Okay. Oh, you're part of the Bhagavad Gita call group as well, Mataji? Not sure if you're part of that. Oh yeah, you are part of it. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right. Let's start with prayers. नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय नित्य गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Let me just everything. Okay. So many things are open. I have to close. Not required. Vanchaka Sampradana. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's start. Let's begin. Verse text. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत संजय. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Sanjaya Vacha Distva to Pandavas Pandivanikam Vayudam Toyodanas Tara Archayam Upasamgamya Raja Vachanam Bravit.
Kranti Mataji.
Sure. Paschyatam Panduputraanam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Yudam Drupada Putrena Tata Sishyena Dhimata.
Lata Mataji.
अत्र सूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुन समायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः.
Soumya Mataji.
दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च सैभ्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः.
युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्ता उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः.
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तान्निबोधा द्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते. Manu Prabhu.
Bhavam Bhishmamascha Karnascha Kripascha Simit Jayaha Aswatthama Vikarnascha Samatatis Tatat Evacha.
अन्ते चाभवशूरा अददति त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशास्त्रा प्राणहारणा सर्वे
Praharanaha.
युद्धविशारदा
Praharanaha.
प्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदा
अपर्याप्तं तदास्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं तिदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्
अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागम् अवस्थितः भीष्मम् रक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्
ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवाणकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत्
तथा सेव्ते हिर्यायुक्ते महते स्यान्दाने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवाश्चैव दिव्यौ सङ्ख्यौ प्रदत्तमतुः
पाञ्चजन्यं ऋषिकेशो देवदत्तं ज्ञानञ्जया पाण्डुरं ददमौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्णविकोदरा.
This is Poundram, Mataji.
Okay.
Poundram.
अनंत विजयं राजा कुंती पुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ
कास्याश्च परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः दृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकीश्च अपराजितः
द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खान् दद्मुः पृथक् पृथक्
Manu Prabhu.
Sagosottarastranam hirtayanti yan vyadharayat naspascha prithivrimcheva tumulo Abhayanu Natayan.
All right. So we'll go to the 20th verse. So you can all repeat. We'll go 2 lines. Okay. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajaha. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajaha. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajaha.
अत व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः
Manu Prabhu.
Atha vyavasthitan drishtva Dhartarashtan Kapitavajaha.
अतः व्यवस्थातिं दृष्ट्वा ता धृतराष्ट्रं कपिध्वजा
अत-
अतः व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः सॉरी माताजी
no problem, Mataji. अतः व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः
प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः
प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः
Manu Prabhu, you can go at last, so you can hear everyone, and no, you can practice meanwhile.
Yes, Prabhu.
Kranti Mataji.
अतः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते पाण्डवा
Sampate. There is a dash,
Sampate.
hyphen on top of a. So Sampate.
Okay.
Dulta Mataji.
प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः
प्रवृत्ते शास्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवाः
Manu Prabhu.
Paritte Sastra Sampate Danor Utyamya Pandavaha.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Next, last two lines. Hrishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate. Hrishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate.
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाहमहीपते
Kranti Mataji.
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमः महीपते
Lata Mataji.
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यं मिदमाह महीपते
ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते
Hishikesham Tada Vakyam Idam Aha Mahipate.
Very good. So now we'll recite the entire shloka. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajaha pravritte shastra sampate dhanur udyamya pandavaha hrishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate.
अत व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते
अतः व्यवस्थापितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रं कपिध्वजा प्रवृत्ते शास्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवा ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमः महीपते
Very good.
अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यं मिदमाह महीपते
Nice, Mataji.
अता व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शास्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवाः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते.
Nice. Manu Prabhu.
अथा वास्तितान् दृष्ट्वा पार्थराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्सा
Dvajaha.
ध्वजः प्रवृत्ति शास्त्रसम्पाते धनुर्युद्धं या पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदम् आह महीपते.
Very good. Preet Mataji, would you like to try? Are in a position to cite?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Ata vyavasthitan drishtva dhritarashtraन् kapidvaja pravritte shastra sampate dhanur udyamya pandava rishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate.
Oh, very nice, Mataji. Without the recitation, you could practice, you were able to say. This one is Dhartarashtran. This word.
Dhritarashtra. Okay.
No, Dharta. Dhritar means there is
Dhartarashtra. Okay, correct. Okay, Prabhu. Right.
Dhritarashtra will be Dhritarashtra. Dhartarashtra
Right.
means sons of Dhritarashtra.
Got it.
Very good. Right. Everyone recited. So now we'll go to the text and meaning. Who read yesterday or who did not read?
I read yesterday, Prabhuji.
Read it? Okay. You read? Okay. Harini Mataji also read. Okay.
I read the purport and translation. I didn't read the synonyms.
Yeah. Okay. No, you will get the opportunity. Sure.
Okay.
Lata Mataji, would you like? Did you read yesterday?
Yes, Prabhu. Ata, Therapan, Vyavasthitan, situated, Drashtra, looking upon, Dhartarashtra, the son of the Dhritarashtra, Kapidvajaha, he whose flag was marked with Hanuman, Pravritte, while about the engaged, Shastra Sampate, in releasing his arrows, Danhu, bow, Udyamya, talking up, Pandavaha, the son of Pandu, Arjuna, Hrishikesham, unto Lord Krishna, Tada, at the time, Vakyam, words, Idam, these, Aha, said, Mahipate, O king.
Yeah, read the translation, Mataji.
Translation. At the time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in military arrow, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words.
Okay. Preet Mataji, would you be able to read purport?
Yes, Prabhu. The battle was just about to begin. It is understood from the above statement that the sons of Dhritarashtra were more or less disheartened by the unexpected arrangement of military force by the Pandavas, who were guided by the direct instructions of Lord Krishna on the battlefield. The emblem of Hanuman on the flag of Arjuna is another sign of victory. Because Hanuman cooperated with Lord Rama in the battle between Rama and Ravana, and Lord Rama emerged victorious. Now both Rama and Hanuman were present on the chariot of Arjuna to help him. Lord Krishna is Rama himself, and wherever Lord Rama is, his eternal servitor Hanuman and his eternal consort Sita, the goddess of fortune, are present. Therefore, Arjuna had no cause to fear any enemies whatsoever. And above all, The Lord of the senses, Lord Krishna, was personally present to give him direction. Thus, all good counsel was available to Arjuna in the matter of executing the battle. In such auspicious conditions arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee lay the signs of assured victory.
Yeah. So, lay the signs of assured victory. This is the purport. Now, this is where did Prabhupada take this? He took it from the Bhagavad Gita itself. What is that? Oh, Dhanu, let me. Dharaha. BG 18.78. See, this is the final verse, the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapter 78. Yatra Yogeshwaraha Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhotir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Manu Prabhu, can you read the translation?
Translation. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. This is my opinion.
See, opinion of Krishna. This is my opinion. No, matihi mama. You see, my opinion. He's saying Krishna. So you see, Krishna is not forcing. He's putting all the truth in front of Arjuna, and then he says, Arjuna, now that I have told you all this Bhagavad Gita, yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. That is what yatha ichchasi tatha kuru, he says. Where is that? Bhagavad Gita 16. See? He says this. Can you read the translation, Prabhu? Manu Prabhu?
Translation. Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential, deliberate on this fully, and then you do as you and then do what you wish to do.
Yeah. So Krishna is not forcing, even though he has put everything in front of Arjuna. He says that one should fight and all that. Finally, he says, Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. As you do as you wish. And same thing, he's not forcing anyone. He says, in my opinion, matihi mama. And what is that in my opinion? So whose opinion is this now? So look at the translation. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, Yogeshwaraha, he is the head of all the yogic mystics. Wherever there is Krishna, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, Dhanurdharaha. Dhanurdharaha means who can fight very nicely using the bow and arrow. There will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Whose opinion is this?
Sanjaya.
Exactly, it is Sanjaya. Because it was Sanjaya who's explaining to everything to Dhritarashtra, right? So, you see, this is very important. Now, the same thing, you see, in the purport, in such auspicious conditions, in the first chapter, 20th verse only, Prabhupada is writing, in such auspiciousness conditions arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee. Arjuna is not like devotee who became at that time. No, Arjuna is an eternal devotee. Lay the signs of assured victory. Okay, so now we will go to what Prabhupada has mentioned about this, what he has spoken about this verse. So in this verse, if you see one word, Hrishikesham. Again, it is used here. Do you remember where this word was used before? One minute.
That'll be in chapter 1, verse 18 or 17 where Krishna blew his conch shell?
Exactly. Krishna blew the conch shell. Right? What is the conch shell name?
Panjanya.
Yes, you got it, Mataji. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho. There one Hrishikesha, the word was used. And in depth, we look the meaning of Hrishikesha. What is the Hrishikesha meaning?
Master of senses.
Correct, master of the senses. So in this Hrishikesha, it is made of two words. So which word is senses and which is master?
Kesham is like the senses.
Kesham means senses? You know, actually Kesham means hair. The hair on your on the skull is called Kesha.
Okay. But Rishi, but like is Rishi like related to the regular word Rishi, where they control with the Lagima or all these things, right? Is that related?
What is that, Prabhu? Lagima?
Yeah, it's like the Rishis, like the but I was just thinking that Rishi is like a master, and then Kesham is like the senses.
Rishi, are you saying the sages? Rishi is the sage Muni. Are you referring to them?
Yeah, like
no, that is Rishi without the H. This is Hrishi. There is an H. Hrishi. It's not Rishi. Rishi is different. Without the H, then it will be Rishi. There is a H here. H. So anyone remembers which one in this word is senses and which is the master?
Rishi is senses and Isha is master.
Exactly. You got it, Mataji. Correct. Hrishika. Hrishika means what? Senses. Isha means master. That's why we have the word Ishvara. That means a master, controller. So we went this, So Krishna is designated as Hrishikesha again. And as I discussed yesterday, what is that? The dharma of everyone is what? Here. Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. If anyone wants to know the definition of bhakti, it is serving the Lord with your senses, engaging all your senses. See, devotion service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the master of all senses. That is Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevana. So Arjuna, that means he's meant for serving Krishna. Why? Because he's a bhakta, he's a devotee. And Krishna has already addressed him as Bhaktosi, Priyosi, Rahasyam Hetaduttamam. So many times he says this to Arjuna. What does he say? See? Sa evayam mayatedhya yoga proktaha puratanaha bhaktosi me sakhacheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. This Bhagavad Gita is rahasyam. Okay, 1 minute. I'll take another verse. Guhyatamam Shastram. Idam tu te guhyatamam Shastram. 9.1. Okay. Kranti Madhavi, can you read the translation?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Okay. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you're my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science.
See, what is a transcendental? Rahasyam is mystery. That means this Bhagavad Gita, anyone who knows the Sanskrit language, can they understand Acharya says that they cannot understand. Until unless it is coming in the same sampradaya from Krishna, all the Vaishnava sampradayas, you cannot understand this rahasya. And this is why it is coming, it is mentioned multiple times. You see, again in 9.1. Okay, here you see, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Krishna is saying, Idam tu te guhyatamam pravyaksham anasuyave jnanam vijnanam sahitam yajnatva mokshase shubhat. Okay, what is he saying? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, that means you are my devotee, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization. If you know this, you shall be relieved of the miseries of the material existence. Very important to know this. You see, what Krishna is saying, that this is most confidential. And what is that word here he used? Guhya tamam. See, guhya means, what is that? Confidential or rahasya, that is secret or something. Guhya tamam. Tamam means even more. Highest. It is the highest confidential secret. Because what will happen if you know that? Krishna says right after this, after you know, you shall be relieved of the miseries of the material existence. That means if one understands Bhagavad Gita, then they should be relieved of the material existence, miseries of the material existence. How many are there who are at this realization level? You know, so it is not a ordinary thing. And who will know this? Again, Krishna is saying, what is this? Bhaktosi, Sakha Cheti. If you become my devotee, then only you can understand. You see, therefore you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Uttamam, you see, again, transcendental or higher. And it is not an ordinary rahasyam. What rahasyam? Rahasyam hetad uttamam, the topmost secret it is. So you see, now the secret is right in front of you. The Bhagavad Gita is right there in front of everyone's eyes who is willing to read. But it will remain as a secret. Just by reading, one may not understand that meaning, and this thing, a pure devotee, a pure representative of Krishna, only he can explain. And that's what Prabhupada has explained all this. Ordinary men cannot understand. Therefore, they interpret foolishly, speculate, demonstrate their foolishness. That is why there are so many versions of Bhagavad Gita. And in the introduction also we read that Prabhupada writes, but none of them are to be told as authorized. Big scholars have written, have translated. Big scholars, but they cannot understand why. Again, bhaktosi me sakha cheti. Without becoming a devotee, you cannot understand this science. So if you see, this whole Bhagavad Gita is a transaction between who? Who and who? This whole Bhagavad Gita happens between who? Which people?
Arjuna and Krishna.
Krishna and Arjuna.
Krishna and Arjuna. So who is, that means between the God and who is that second person?
Friend.
His friend or
Devotee.
Exactly, devotee.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada gives an example here. Suppose you go to a flea market. There are two mercantile men talking. So if they are talking, what do you think that they'll be talking? in a market. Or think, suppose you go, there's a New York Stock Exchange. There are so many stock exchanges, right? So when you go to the stock exchange, there are two people inside the stock exchange talking, two businessmen, someone, they are talking very seriously. So what will be they talking about?
Stocks.
Stocks, exactly. So it is a natural conclusion that when two businessmen are talking seriously, that they will be talking about the business, not that they're discussing about Bhagavad Gita in New York Stock Exchange. You cannot say that because they are involved in that activity. They'll be talking about business, something about the profit. So Prabhupada gives this example. Similarly, on a battlefield, when Supreme Lord and his devotee are engaged in a talk, the whole talk will be what? About what? What will be about? Business? Will it be about business?
Spiritual realization.
Spiritual realization, or the whole talk is bhakti. Nothing else. If you just search Bhakto si me, Bhakta in Bhagavad Gita, so many times it comes. So many times. The word, see the entire 12th chapter is called Bhakti Yogi. So how do I know this? I think I have to go to Vanipedia. So if I go to Vanipedia, I type Bhakta, Bhakti or something. So many places it comes. And 1 minute. So now from the bhakti, you get jnana also. It's already part of it. Jnana is already part of it. There is one verse which says that when you become a devotee, all the Vedic knowledge is imparted in your heart. One minute, let me see. What is the devotee? Okay. Rajavidya. One minute. Okay. What is this verse? Yanas Thapo. Oh, okay. I found something, another important verse. We can go through that later. There is one verse which says that all the injunctions, all the realizations, okay, when I find, I'll bring it up here. Okay. Jnanatmaka Vyakhya. So you see this philosophers, the philosophical speculators, they also explain about this knowledge. Those who are jnanis, they're also interested what is Krishna. Jnani cha Bharata Rashabha Jignasu Artharto Jignasi. So I will show you this verse. See. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritono Arjuna artho jignasur artharthi jnani cha Bharata Rashabha. So what it says is that there are 4 classes of men, provided that their background is very pious life. But, these 4 kinds of people, pious people, they will approach Lord. Who are those 4 kinds? See, O best among the Bharata, Arjuna, 4 kinds of pious men render devotion service unto me. Who is that? One is the distress. Okay. Next, the desirer of the wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for the knowledge of the absolute. So what are those? You see, Janaha Sukritano Arjuna. Sukritana. What is Sukritana? Sukritis, that means those who are pious. Only those who are pious, they try to approach Krishna. Okay, who are those? First one, Artho, that means Arthaha. Arthaha is money. Okay, Arthaha means distressed. Dina Dayal, we say, no? So the distress. Then Jignyasu, who is very inquisitive. Okay, what is this? What is that? Then again, Artha. See, first one is Artaha. Artha means, we say Artanadam also. Artanadam means it's a sound of distress, distressful sound. When the animals in the forest, they make Artanadam whenever a lion is attacking or some Rakshasa has come, then they make sounds. So that's Artha. Then this is Artha. Artha means one who desires wealth, and Jnani, one who knows things as they are. So 4 kinds of people, they approach the Lord. Because impious life cannot inquire about God or cannot understand about God. So why it is mentioned? Okay, few things that you have to take from the previous life is what? Only devotees can understand the Rahasyam within the Bhagavad Gita. Then there are 4 kinds of people, devotees who approach Krishna. Those 4 kinds are remember this, okay? One who is distressed, one who is inquisitive, one who is desirer of wealth and opulence, and the 4th one is the knowledge. Okay? Then, what is this? This another one is right. Where is that? 4:20. This one. Impious people cannot approach the Lord. Why? Now, Krishna says in 7.28, Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punyakarmanam te dvandvamoha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Manu Prabhu, can you read the translation?
Persons who have acted piously in previous lives, in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, and who are freed from duality of delusion, engage themselves in my service with determination.
So what is this? That only those who are punya karmanam. Punya karmanam, that means, what is punya? Punya means what? Pious. Papam antagatam papam, that means whose sins are destroyed. Sinful actions are completely eradicated, who are freed from delusion, they engage in my service. Otherwise, they will not. And so, why they cannot? Because papis or the sinful men, they think that, oh, Krishna is Bhagavan, so I am also Bhagavan. No, this is one kind of understanding. He is just an ordinary man, one historically very famous man he is. So he is also a man, I am also a man. So why should I not be God? This is the conclusion of abhaktas. Bhakta means devotee. Abhakta means non-devotees. Because anyone who is declaring himself, immediately you should know that he is the greatest sinful man. This is the injunctions of Shastras, very, very strong. I mentioned yesterday that today's class will be very strong about all this, So, anyone who is declaring himself that I am God, he is the greatest sinful man. If you study, there are many cheating gurus. They themselves declare it. There is one person, he says, I am Kalki Bhagavan. And then if he is a Bhagavan, then the 4 opulences must be there. What are those? Beauty. What is Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, strength, Viryasya, Yashaha, fame, Jnana, knowledge, Vairagya. All these 6 things must be there. It should be there. Not that, oh, the beauty is inside. No, the beauty is outside also. That is what we call as beauty. Inner beauty is a spiritual realization. But when Krishna, when Rama was walking, even men were attracted to him. So I'm an ordinary human being. And yesterday we discussed, no, that as a Atma, we are part and parcel of the Supreme. So what is the duty of the part? To serve the whole. You see, suppose we have anything, any machine you take, there will be one bolt and nut. Somewhere, something will be there. Even in our laptops and our mobile phones, something will be there. So what is the purpose of that screw? That screw will be, the small screw will be there. It is a part of that machine. And what's its duty? To serve that whole, to be intact, not to come out of it. Because the moment, Prabhupada gives us an example, the moment that bolt and nut comes out of that machine, it has no use. Only when it is there in that part of the machine, then it is helpful. So like that, we are all part and parcel of the Lord, and we must be serving the Lord. That is Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam. And it's stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now it's a very strongest words. Okay. This one. Those who don't do, what are they called? They are called as Shva with Varaha. Varaha Ushtra. Ushtra Kharaha. You see, these words Srimad Bhagavatam is describing. Shva vid Varahoshtrakharaihi samstutaha purushaha pashuhu nayat karna pathopeto jatu nama gadagrajaha. Kranti Maji, can you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Men who are like dogs, hogs, camels, and asses praise those men who never listen to the transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, the deliverer from evils.
Yeah. See, who don't listen to all these pastimes of Krishna, they are named as Shva. Shva means dog. With Varaha. Varaha means, anyway, a hog or a pig which eats stool. You see the synonyms. With Varaha means village pig. Ushtra means camel. Kharaha is donkey. They are named like this. So Bhagavata says that anyone who is not a devotee, who never performs any devotional service, he may be a very great man in the estimation of rascals, but he is nothing but an animal. What is that word? Purushaha Pashuhu. Samstutaha Purushaha Pashuhu. He may be perfect, maybe in the material world, perfectly praised by whom? By a person who is an animal. So then, when Prabhupada was giving this, like they asked outsiders, how, Swamiji, how can you say that we are animals? That is why Prabhupada says that our business is very thankless task. Because we are trying to rectify people from their disease, the disease of material conception. And when we are trying to operate it, people will feel, their egos will get hurt. All that. But finally, where are the, like Prabhupada is taking them, he's taking them to the real understanding. It is very harsh words, but we have to use it. Why? Because it is told in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. No compromise. You know why there are so many different sects in India? So many. I remember, like when the independence was declared in India, there were nearly 400 religions. But later on, everything came under one umbrella of Hindu. Otherwise, Christianity was also part of that 400 religions. Islam was also part of that 400 religions. Why is there so much of this thing? Because when the message is one, people started deviating, compromising. They, no, okay, this is okay, that is fine. Slowly deviation starts, and that group creates its own sampradaya. So if you are really Krishna conscious, then our business is to repeat the words of Krishna. That's all. So what is the difference between a Krishna's representative and a non-representative? The representative of Krishna will simply repeat what Krishna says. That's all. Then he becomes the correct representative. No compromise, no jingling of the words. It doesn't require much qualification. You simply have to repeat with firm conviction whatever Krishna had said. So Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. Krishna says this, abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So one who has accepted this fact, he is Krishna's representative, that's all. You don't have to be highly educated or advanced. Simply you have to accept what Krishna says. And that's why Arjuna also says this, I accept in complete. You see, Sarvam etad ritam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim vidur devana danavaha. Lata Mataji, can you read the translation?
Prabhu. Oh Krishna, I totally accept thee as truth all that you have told me. Neither the good gods nor demons, O Lord, no, they personally.
See, even the gods also, what? That means demigods also don't know? Arjuna is saying this. What is he saying? Sarvam edat ritam manye. First line he is saying, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. So when you become Krishna's representative, you have to accept this fact, like how Arjuna is accepting. And then he is saying, na hite bhagavan vyaktim vidur devana danavaha. See, nahite bhagavan, oh Supreme Personality of Godhead, nahi, you cannot be even understood even by devana danavaha. Deva means what? Demigods. Danavaha means demons. Even if you are in Sattva Guna, you still cannot understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is only by His mercy that even a demigod can understand about Him completely. You know why? Because if you understand Krishna, if you understand His pastimes, all those things, next life, though that person will not take birth again in this material world, he'll go back to Vaikuntha. Where did Krishna say? He says this. I'll show you. So many words, so many verses. You will not return. Okay. Yeah. 1 minute. EG 9.11. Let's see. You see here again about talks about the fools. See, fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as a Supreme Lord. Okay. Let's see this. Advanced view. Translation. Okay, here it talks about those, I think it's 15th chapter it will come. See. On the surrender. Oh, how come take birth? 1 minute. 4.11. He says that ever take birth again. See, having obtained the real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. Okay, he says this. Now you will never fall again into such illusion. Now, what is it? If you know about my birth, death, pastimes. Yeah, I got it. It is 4.9. Where is this? Yeah, this is what I want to show you. 1 minute. This PG 4.9. Yeah, it's very important. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सो अर्जुन. Nikhilesh Prabhu, can you read the translation?
One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
That means you see many demigods, right? They don't get liberated. They again become like humans, or or maybe an insignificant animal or an insect based on their karma, what they have done in their life. Because if they understand, see, one who knows my nature of my appearance, my activities, one who understands that, he does not take birth again in this material world. Krishna is saying this. Then how come all the demigods are taking birth again? Because even they cannot understand your personality. Arjuna is saying it. So here, what is Arjuna saying? Whatever you are saying, I accept it without any change. That is a bhakta. Therefore, Arjuna is addressed here as bhaktosi, sakha cheti. The bhakta knows that I'm a part and parcel of the Lord. I'm insignificantly minute. I'm a small spark of Krishna. Krishna is an individual person. I'm also an individual person. But when we consider his power and my power, I'm the most insignificant. This is the understanding. There's no difficulty in understanding this. Simply one must be sincere and not sinful. Okay, there are 4, when I mentioned the sinful life, 4 pillars of sins. In Bhagavatam will tell this. Let me bring that. Yes. Samya Mataji, can you read this one? 1 minute. Disciples qualification. 1 minute. Let me. Can you read from here? It is too small. Can you read this?
Similarly, a disciple's qualifications must be observed by the spiritual master before he is accepted as a disciple. In our Krishna consciousness movement, the requirement is that one must be prepared to give up the 4 pillars of sinful life: illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. In Western countries especially, we first observe whether a potential disciple is prepared to follow the regulative principles. Then he is given the name of a Vaishnava servant and initiated to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra at least 16 rounds daily. In this way, the disciple renders devotional service under the guidance of the spiritual master or his representative for at least 6 months to a year. He is then recommended for a second initiation, during which a sacred thread is offered and the disciple is accepted as a bona fide Brahmana. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura introduced the system of giving the sacred thread to a bona fide Vaishnava, and we are following in his footsteps. The qualifications of a bona fide disciple are described in Srimad Bhagavatam as follows.
Yeah. So, you see, the 4 pillars of sinful life is these things. Now, there are so many such 4 things. I'll tell you. Now, this is one. 4. You can read this also, Mataji. This is 4 pillars of irreligion. Why irreligion comes? So, yeah, read this.
In Treta Yuga, each leg of religion is gradually reduced by 1/4 by the influence of the 4 pillars of irreligion: lying, violence, dissatisfaction, and quarrel.
Yeah, you see, in every yuga, Satyuga was very good. By the time Treta Yuga came, there was lying, there was then violence, dissatisfaction, and Kali Yuga is quarrel. So these are all that is irreligion, and this is 4 pillars of sinful life. This has to go. First of all, that is why Prabhupada says is that first sinful activities must be stopped. Then only one can come to the understanding of Krishna. The sinful man will say, oh, no, that Krishna is also man, I am also man, like that. Why I am not God? He is simply God? No, I am also God. I am God. You are God. Everybody is God. And this is where Prabhupada mentions about Ramakrishna mission. He calls them as a Murgi mission, Ramakrishna Mat. Why? Because those people, they eat chicken. They give big lectures. And then they eat chicken. That's why they say he's a Murgi mission. And Vivekananda Swami, although everybody, applaud him for his work, but he said this: why are you searching after God? Don't you see so many gods are loitering on the streets? These are his statements. This is his God realization. And after he left his body, people started making stories, adding a lot of things. He's one of the Rishi from Saptarshi Mandal. My mother used to believe. He's one of the Saptarshis. Saptarshis is such a great position. If Saptarshi is coming here, that one nakshatra should not be there at all. Only 6 nakshatra should be there. And they are in which planetary system? They are in Brahmalok. See, Brahmalok, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Mahaha, Tapaha, Janaha, then Satyam. So at the Janalok and Tapolok is where these planetary systems are there, Saptarshi Mandal. They are great sages. When they come, when they descend also, they become great devotees of the Lord. Bhishma Dev, one of the Ashtavasus, he has come. So this is what is happening. You see, did just now you read it, no? What was that? Okay, I closed it. Oh, what is this? 12 point. Which one was that? I just forgot. Okay. 4 types of irreligion. Do you remember what are the 4 pillars of irreligion? What are the 4 pillars of irreligion? Irreligion I'm talking about. Do you remember? Just now we read that. I'm trying to find that verse. Hare Krishna, anyone?
Is it irreligion, Prabhu?
Irreligion, Mataji.
Illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and
No, that is 4 pillars of sinful life.
okay.
That means sinful life, suppose there is one platform, it has 4 pillars. It is on these 4 pillars. Illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. Now, you read this, you know, there are 4 pillars of irreligion. That is what this Tretayam, this is Srimad Bhagavatam 12th canto. Tretayam dharmapadanam turyam shohiyate shanaihi adharmapadair anrita himsasanoshta vigrahaihi. See, what is that? One is lying.
Oh, lying, violence, dissatisfaction,
Violence,
quarrel.
dissatisfaction, and quarrel.
Okay.
You see, one of the main pillar why irreligion, different kinds of unauthorized religions are coming is lying. You do not represent whatever is there in Purana. You don't say it as it is. You modify. So now the people are modifying it. Recently, I heard this. Something came up. It was a big disturbance between the devotees communities. What was that movie about Ramayana?
Adipurush.
Adipurush, yeah, Adipurush. So the director was, I think one reel of that was circulated in the devotees just to show how he was responding to it. So people did not like that movie. That's what I assume. Then he was called, the director or whoever the writer was called, and then he's telling in the TV interview, you see, so many people are writing their own their own stories of Ramayana. I also wrote my version of Ramayana. What is there in that? This is the first, see, lying. How you can write Ramayana? Valmiki Maharshi, he's a great devotee of the Lord. He has compiled. See, now the great Ramayana, what we know is, one is Valmiki Ramayana. Okay, then we know Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas. Before Tulsidas wrote this Ramayana, he was a great devotee of Lord Rama. And he was personally initiated by Hanuman. And that's why he wrote Hanuman Chalisa. You know, see, before chanting, what do we say? Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tanamani. First, we take the blessings of our Acharya. Like that. He also, first, he had taken the blessings of Hanuman. And then he wrote Ramayana. Now there is in South India, in Tamil Nadu, there is a Ramayana called Kamba Ramayana. So he was also a great devotee. When that Ramayana was being published, the Sri Rangam Archakas, they did not allow. They said this is bogus because it has to come from a parampara. Then one test was made whether the Kamba Ramayana is really authentic or not. Then the book was placed in one of the temple there, Narsimha temple, and then Narsimha, in front of everyone, he lifted that book, and he established that this book is authorized. Not everyone can write. You cannot cook up your own Ramayana story. And can you imagine, see, what is the end for that? When you cook up, you can cook anything. People are saying, oh, Ravana was a very nice guy. Nice guy? If someone reads or listens to the Uttara Ramayana that I have given, how many people he had killed? How many women he had abducted? Helpless women. They glorify Ravana's activities. His name itself is Ravana Asura. Asura means demon. I think it was Lord Macaulay or someone. This one kind of this thing is going on in India, that he wrote his own things about Durga, where he writes that Durga Devi is basically prostitute. Can you imagine what kind of things have been going on? So all the people who are atheists and all that, whatever he has written makes a lot of sense for them. They like his philosophy. So you cannot make your own translation, not even translation, leave the translation. You cannot create your own stories. This is the first, the 4 pillars of a religion is what? Lying, violence, dissatisfaction, and quarrel. So what is that word you see? Dharmam padanam, adharma padaihi. Okay, where is it? See, anrita. Anrita means by falsity. So that is why in the beginning itself, Vyasadeva says that this Bhagavatam is not for the cheaters. Dharma projita kaitabo atra. In the beginning itself, he says that. I'll show you that verse. Kaitaba dharma. You see, where is dharma projita kaitavo atra? Here it is mentioned. Dharma projita kaitavo atra. Kaitava dharma is cheating religion. Okay. See, completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. Materially motivated. You see, this is a cheating religion. This Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth. So Vyasadeva is saying that those who are following the materially motivated religious activities, they cannot understand this Bhagavata Purana. Aitava dharma cannot. The cheating religion cannot be going on. So this is a mystery. So without becoming the devotee, the mystery of understanding God is not possible. And that's why he says in the final, see, I say there we read, right? Bhaktosi, Sakha Cheti. We read again in the 18th chapter, 55th verse, he says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. One can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is only by bhakti, by doing devotion, devotional service. And when one is full consciousness of Supreme Lord by such devotion, that means by doing such devotional service, by doing such a bhakti, bona fide bhakti, authorized bhakti, then he can enter into the kingdom of God. Does it say that, see, bhaktyamam abhijanati. Jana means what? Janana in Hindi also is to know. Abhijanati, one can completely know about me. Who will know? Bhaktyamam, only by pure devotion service you can know. Does it anywhere here it says that a karmi or a jnani or a yogi can understand me? What is the word which is used here? Who can understand me? Hare Krishna. Who can understand Krishna? Yeah, go ahead. Who can understand Krishna?
Devotee.
Yes, only devotee. Bhaktya.
Bhaktya.
Okay, not by karmi. That means not by becoming great fruitive worker. You can understand Krishna. Not by jnanis, and not by even yogis also. You have to become bhakti. So that is why the first 3 chapters, it talks about karma yoga. Then Arjuna says, no, we can't do this. It's not possible. Then Krishna talks about jnana yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. Then he comes to bhakti yoga. That is when he finally says, by bhakti only you can come. You can find, Arjuna says, see, Krishna, you have told all this process of karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, but all of those things are not going to work. Jnana yoga means to know the Lord by getting all the knowledge. Dhyana yoga means by meditating about the Lord. You cannot understand. It's very difficult. It's very tiresome. What should I do? Then Krishna talks about bhakti yoga. So that is why Krishna says, finally, again, you see, manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasasi satyam te pratijano priyosime. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. You think of me, you become my devotee, you worship me. Mad bhakto. Mad means what to me? Bhakta, become my devotee. Namaskuru, you pay obeisances to me. In this way, you will understand me. Okay. All right, I'll stop here. Already it's 9:20. Any questions in today's class? Hare Krishna, any questions? All right. Yeah, go ahead.
No, Prabhu, nothing.
No questions. Okay, then we'll just chant Hare Krishna mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining.